Hi guys, get ready with me while I do my makeup. So it's Sunday morning. Let's just gist, okay? Am I the only one that actually freaks out or just feels uncomfortable when people talk about periods and menstrual cycles and talk about it as though, or women that complain about pain, they are just pretending or they are exaggerating? Am I the only one? Am I the only one that feels like, why should pastor be talking about, oh, if you're a woman and you've never been a woman, sir? With all respect, with all due respect, I just feel like it's really unfair. And I feel like if you've never experienced something, I mean, I'm not supporting the people that, overdo it and all that, but at the end of the day, you should allow people to, handle these things in the way that they will. I remember one time in 2020 where a friend, I seemed like a talking stage at the time. We were really good friends actually, but during that period, it felt like we were in a talking stage. I really enjoyed the friendship. I liked this guy because we were really close. I'm talking years of closeness, right? I knew the stuff that I had been through over the years, because of period, right? We were supposed to hang out one of the days, and I was like, I don't think I can because this thing is not, it's not looking like it's allowing me to hang out. Let me just be done, okay? It's really bad. And it was like, oh, it's good safe that, something like, oh, it's even good that you're staying back because I don't like blood. Okay. No matter how bad it is, am I pouring out the blood on your face? Because it just didn't make sense to me that I made that kind of comment, yeah? It made me feel very abused. And this guy was grown, so he was a grown-ass man at this time, at this point. So we're not even talking about somebody that doesn't know his right from his left. That was so insensitive and just made me so upset. I probed further, I was like, but wait though, if we're together, let's say I'm in your house and then I get to be on your bed and maybe somehow something like that happens and I stay on your sheets. I was like, you wash it now. Me, okay, I'll wash it. And it was like, that's even if I'll use it against him. You don't mean it. You mean you've been throwing away shit? You mean you made I'm like, I don't want to know if it was joke or if it was play or if it was serious. But I was just really sad about it. Okay, I just felt like, no, that is so insensitive. How can you say such? And I thought I could move past it. Usually I'm not one to just give up on people. So I thought it's just talking out of the blues, I can move past it. But at the end of the day, when people break up with people, I understand because it's not usually because really what they did, is how what they did made them feel. So for me, I felt really bad about it. I went silent for a while, and when I mean a while, I mean a couple of hours or a day or two. And we still felt like, okay, we could still hang out because we used to hang out a lot. We had this spot somewhere that I won't mention because if I mention now, people will be able to now detect. People will figure it out. And I just felt like maybe I might talk about how I exactly feel about what he said when we actually met. Yeah, I just remember that I even got to know I was my period that period. I was my period that period. Right. He was on his master's somewhere. And it was 2020 now, so I don't get work. For his research, I would go with him. So I remember one of the days I went with him and I was just waiting in the car. And it hit me and I felt like I need to go home. I thought I could handle it, but it was a lot. Okay, so that was how he got to know that was my period. That period. Fast forward, I met him that day and I thought I saw him and I was gonna enter the car. I just knew I was not going to be comfortable with this person anymore. Cause this moment I just felt naked. I just felt like he has seen me finish. And I understand they see me finish. I mean, there are other people, I have friends that know when I'm on my period and I've never felt that way. The way I felt very seen. I felt not seen in a good way, in a bad way. I felt very vulnerable. I felt very exposed. I felt like I couldn't be comfortable. And I thought we could just have a conversation and move past it, but unfortunately we couldn't, I couldn't get it. I couldn't move past it. At this time I was already catching feelings. Our feelings were 5 and 6, okay? I was already catching feelings at this point, so it was a lot of me. In fact, at some point I tried, but something else now happened that now even solidified the moving on and the breakup. Is it me? Am I the one that is, doing too much? Am I supposed to feel this way? Do I have the right to actually feel this way? And my friends are like, But he might not even mean it. You know, some of these people, they just say these things. I was not expecting that kind of, even if he didn't mean it, you know, I wasn't expecting that kind of comment from somebody who had four older sisters. Because, I mean, you're supposed to have an idea how these things work, right? These things happen sometimes, not because you want to, it just happens. So when you lie down, bed will stay. So, sha, but that was like the beginning of the end of that friendship. And as much as I miss this person, each time I think, I'm just like, you know what, no. He apologized at some point. I won't even lie. He apologized at some point, but you know those apologies that are like just, it's not heartfelt. It's not like you know what you did. It's not like you accept that what you said was wrong. It was more like just so that I don't lose this friendship kind of apology. You know, just so that you, if you feel that way, sorry. Well, not be so it's supposed to be now. You get that kind of thing. So it never really felt genuine to me, and I just felt like I couldn't. Not because I didn't want to, I just couldn't. The kind of comments that people make, oh, your emotions when you're your period, don't use that excuse, gaga, gaga, gaga. Everybody has, you know, 100% control of how they feel. I am one person that would really feel like I'm pregnant. I might be pregnant before, no. But I just feel like pregnancy cannot be worse than this, Abby, because tell me why there are times this eyebrow is not eyebrowing. I get nausea when I'm on my period. Is that bad? How can period be making me feel like I'm about to like throw up, like faint, like if I move, I will fall. You get that kind of feeling. It triggers me. When I hear people who never go through it talk about it, and talk about it like, oh, you that you're going through it, you're not just strong. I remember working in an organization one time. The work was stressful, so there was no way I would be useless at work. It's pointless, and everybody would know, you know. And my colleagues were guys. I was working with guys, you know. So there was no way I could do that to myself. So I decided to just text my manager. I felt like, oh, she's a woman, so she will understand, right? I got back to work the next day, and almost everybody at the office knew why I didn't show up at work. See, well, I couldn't have come to work and be doing like what I don't know. Then everybody will now know. They will now tell me to go home. The funny thing, they still had to send me back home the next day I went to work, because there was no way. I mean, that doesn't happen all the time, but this particular month was just something else. Even with mothers, you hear, "She only today, you will not stand up." My mom does that. I mean, she pities me, she empathizes, but she still wants me to get my house up and be up and running. Like, if you had kids, won't you be up and running? Like, well, I don't have kids now. I don't have to be up and running. If I have kids, I will understand. Of course, I also want to have kids with a man that will be present, right? And we'll know that, okay, my wife, this eyebrow, I don't even understand what, my wife is going through stuff right now and she can't be there. So I need to step up, right? Not somebody that I have to be there no matter what, when it's there. What am I doing there when it's there? You get. That's why I'm kindness over everything, my love. Kindness. Until then, nothing. I think I've just said one friendship breakup. I have plenty friendship breakup stories. I have one that I broke, that I thought we were friends until she was gonna get married and I had no idea. You friendship would yet. Like, who does that? Make it make sense, you know? Make it make sense. That means I was the one thinking we're friends. We were never friends. You didn't see me as that, you know? And it's okay. But I just would never ask as though I heard that you got married, even if it's in my face on the internet. I think I'll do the rest of this makeup and I'll catch you guys later. If you're wondering, blush, this is it. I don't get blush. So my eyeshadow, blush is on my behalf. You get it? It's so funny because when I do professional makeup, I don't like what I look like. Because I just feel like, no, this ain't me, right? This can't be me. So you guys, you like it? I think it's really nice, right? Alpha, come now. So Cheton, what's away? Kí ló fẹ́? I'm using mirror now. Sponge. Even me, I don't have. I will buy. I keep forgetting the things that matter in this house. You might answer me, there's no time before this boy will wake up. Oh, the man in law shirt there. Me mo ise ri ni. Oh, kokolo yen, pẹ̀lẹ́. Bó ṣe ń lọ sàlẹ̀ yẹn, gbómi léná. Wọ́n mi gbómi léná fún. That's my brother, you guys. So we're done, and I'll see you guys. Thank you for joining with me. See you.